So on behalf of all your fans, and I say that because I told you I was at a dinner last night, and I just casually mentioned that I'm interviewing Pooja Bhatt tomorrow, and they're all like, "Ye bhi puchna, or ye bhi puchna." So one of those questions was my friends who is almost like 20 years older than me, but a very close friend of mine, and she's like, "Please ask her why did she stop acting." And I was like, I don't know. Maybe she has answered that before, and I don't know. So I said I'll
I
ask
didn't
it for.
stop acting. I mean, I just kind of digressed from being an actor only to becoming a filmmaker as well. And when I became a producer with Tamanna and won my first national award and then made Dushman with Kajol and then did Zakham, I kind of tasted blood. And I loved what went into making a movie. I
Right.
loved being able to create something from nothing. Because see, our business is a conviction industry.
Yeah.
You know, people have the money, they have the skills, but they lack the conviction.
Yeah.
And when I believe in a person or in a cause, I am pretty manic because I believe with my entire being and I am willing to stand by that decision or that belief being proved to be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I have no problem failing gloriously, but I will fail on my terms.
Yeah.
And I felt that my time in the sun was very special. I was privileged to work with my father in, I think, the golden phase of his career, where he made such diverse movies. I had a Sir, I had a, Phir Teri Kahani Yaad Aayi, I had a Tamanna, then there was Zakham, there was a Dil Hai Ke Mandani. So they were pretty diverse. I did about 25 films. So I never said no. But I was very clear that I didn't want to be part of the rat race anymore. That I hung my boots up on that at the peak of my career. You know.
But you feel like Bollywood
And then moved on to becoming a filmmaker. And if I hadn't, I mean, you wouldn't have had a John Abraham. You wouldn't have had a Sunny Leone. You wouldn't have had an Udita Goswami.
Yes.
You wouldn't have had Brian Jism.
Yeah.
I mean, Rahat and Ali wouldn't possibly be together in a film.
Yeah.
They would have got there anyway, but maybe not together and not then. So I think that things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And I do believe that my applause is rather contagious.
Yes.
So I think that you need to have more people who are willing to step away from the goddamn spotlight and sit in the audience and kind of egg the other one on, because, you know, in this selfie obsessed world, in this us, me obsessed world, nobody wants to get off the goddamn stage, yeah? Everybody just wants to project themselves. So, I mean, someone needs to step back.
Yeah.
Step out of the stream. So then there can be some more kind of magic.
But if I'm not wrong, you're coming back.
Yes, but I am acting again.
Yes.
Like I said, never. I mean, it's like riding a bicycle. You never, you never forget. But then it's terrifying also.
Yes.
Because I haven't faced a camera for like 15 years. But I think that fear will help. That being unsure will help, because it's a fascinating character. And she's a 46-year-old. I'm 44, but she's 46, and she's a woman who's got many issues, and she's very human. And I think there's not enough representation of women over a certain age in Bollywood,
not at all,
especially.
yeah.
So you need to bring people back to be able to sound and look and feel like women who you experience in real life.
Yeah.
Not a kind of a version that you see on screen that is also projected through a male gaze,
Glossy.
really. Young, glossy, perky, breasts,
Photoshop.
a size 0 kind of body and brain, so that she will not talk back to you and not question. That's ideal, but that's utopic. So I think I need to change that again.
And when is this film starting?
Well, it's. I'm hoping to do it as a mini series.
Okay.
And if not, I'm going to do it as a guerrilla style kind of a film. And then, of course, I'm producing and directing Jism 3 next year.
Amazing.
So I have 3 men in it this time. And I have to give India a new fantasy. So after Bipasha Basu and Sunny Leone, I have no idea who it's going to be.
I'm going to ask you like a silly question now, but I have to ask it because like I'm sorry, I'm like so fascinated with Bollywood, and you're like my only like heart in there. I'm like, मुझे कोई बता दे please. So I heard you in this interview, and you said like how you see your sister Alia work so hard, right?
Yeah.
Like just like looking a certain way, being a certain weight, or whatever, like, and everything else which goes into being a star these days and all of that. First of all, like really honest, stupid question, but I really want to know, like, are these girls really that pretty in real life also? Like, I really want to know.
Alia's prettier, I must say. And I'm not saying that because she's my sister, but when I look at her sometimes when she comes out of her bedroom with not like a hint of makeup
She's
on her.
prettier than that?
She's stunning. She's a lovely little
बस अब हम मर सकते
beautiful
That's all
creature. And she's lovely, and I must tell you guys that don't buy this oh, I'm so naive act because she's having the last laugh at the world's expense. She knows exactly what she wants, and she knows exactly how she wants to get it, and she's
That's
also
awesome. I love her.
and she's
for
also
that.
what I love is that she makes her own decisions about movies.
Yeah,
I mean, she
okay.
doesn't really rely on my father or anybody to tell her what to do and what not to do.
What about the other girls? Alia's your sister. And she's
Well, I don't
she's
know
got your genes.
anybody
I'm
very
sure
intimately. I mean, I'm very fond of Shraddha. I think she's lovely, and I don't know the rest. But I see most of them, they're very, very
Like, do
professional.
they actually not eat
very
like
efficient.
us, like normal people?
Well,
Like,
weight is an obsession. I mean, when I was an actor, and luckily at that point there was, they liked their women slightly rounded, and I think that's the natural way to be in the sense. But now there are kind of unreasonable demands in terms of, because we're comparing to the West all the time,
and they're genetically different, and I
They
just feel
are.
like
So,
the
I mean-
subcontinental sensibility for the woman was always the curvy woman, and it suddenly changed to something like Taylor Swift, and I'm like, how do you get there?
you can't. I mean, how do you have? Like, I was 10.5 pounds when I was born, so I mean, I can't be size 0 when I'm 44 or 40 or even 30 for that matter. I mean, there's no way. That
So
doesn't
these
work for me.
girls really look after what they eat, and they go to the gym.
Well, they're
and all of
manic
that.
about the way they look, and they have to be, because that's the order of the need of the hour. And some take it well, some don't. Some get very unhealthy about it, and people don't really care how healthy you are. They don't care whether you're depriving yourself of food, sleep, doing copious amounts of speed, or taking diet pills, or even
don't
cocaine
care.
for that matter, to be able to lose weight.
They just want you to get there.
They want you to get there. I mean, that's the fashion business for you. That's the world of beauty for you. That's the world of entertainment for you.
Achha, okay, so fun question, but tell us something about Alia that nobody knows. You're the sister. Something fun. I want to know.
What is it that about her that nobody knows?
Like something as silly as a hobby she has, or like a crush she has, or like is she like a tantrumy child? Does
No,
she
she was
cry
never- she
often?
was never
You were a
tantrum-
family of criers.
She
I know
was a
that.
child who loved. I mean, we were criers in the sense. What do you mean?
Like, like I see these Christmas videos or birthday videos, everybody starts sobbing because everybody's so happy.
Yeah, we are a lot of. I mean, there's never a dry eye in the house when we all get together, and there's always much drama. And I mean, the various pitches in the room, and we kind of are a family that's rather out there. But I think that if I look back at Alia as a child, I mean, she always knew she wanted to be an actor.
How does that happen?
She just knew. I remember doing photo shoots, and she would come there with her nanny, and she would have a change of costume and a little water bottle, and she would come and sit very patiently till I had a break, and then she would kind of go in there and pose for the photographer. So she knew. I remember asking her when she was a kid, Alia, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she said, I want to be a star.
And she didn't say actor, she said star.
But she was a baby at
I
that
know.
point. And when I think she's gone on to being,
she's phenomenal.
the combination
And
of the two. And when I saw her performance in Urda Punjab, I mean, we were all so proud of her. I think that is actually where she really exhibited the stuff that she actually has within her,
She's amazing like that. Yeah.
So she's on a roll, and she works very hard, and we are all truly proud of her. Like, truly proud of her.
Yeah.
She's bought herself her own apartment.
Yes, I
At the age
heard.
of
So both your
23?
sisters have moved
Yes, I mean,
into
come on. How many young ladies at the age of 23 move into their own home
Not
on
me.
their own at their own cost, on their own terms? Did it on her own without my father. And I told Karan Thapar this. I said, that I think what separates us is that I went through my journey with him, and that's what makes me me, and she's done it without him, and that's what makes her her.
That's awesome.
So I mean, and ironically, we share the same. I'm very into symbols and all of that stuff. So she shares. Alia's 15th of March, and I'm 24th of Feb. So we're both number 6.
Oh.
So we're passionate people. Love is a very, 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 very important part of our lives.
I heard her interview the other day and she said something really, I felt like that defined her for me. I really like that, and that tells you that she's way beyond her years. They said, what would you like to do? What's the one thing you want to do and you haven't done? She said, I'd like to do something for animals. I think Rajiv Masand was interviewing, and he said, no, but what would you like to do for animals? And she said, I wouldn't like to say it. I'd like to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's such a clever, deep, like she's thought about it. She knows what she's doing.
She's very
right?
bright. I mean,
She is.